What's up, everybody? My name is Kyron Chase, and today I'll be reviewing Extreme Rules 2017. Now, usually when I review a pay-per-view, I review it the night of, but when you're as tired as I was last night, yeah, I didn't have the strength to. Plus, I had to hurry and get in bed because I had exams today, for the rest of the week, as a matter of until Thursday. But, honestly, two things. First off, it's still brother heavyweight champion of the world. I beat Kyrie 2-1. But, also, I thought Extreme Rules was a good show. I really liked it. But then again, I'm biased because I was there. Extreme Rules is only the second pay-per-view I've been to twice. I was there in 2010 when it came into Baltimore, and I was there last night when it came into Baltimore. Also, for my first time in my life, I've been to two pay-per-views in the same year. As a matter of fact, I've been to two pay-per-views in less than 3 months. Because I went to WrestleMania also. Kyrie won't be joining me for this review because he's not here at the moment. He's in school. I have a lot to talk about, but here's the thing: if you wanna wait till this Thursday when I'm on Steve Copland's podcast on the show to hear about my thoughts on the show, you might want to wait till then. But if not, let's just get started. I don't touch the pre-show, even though I was there. I still don't talk about the pre-show. First off was Dean Ambrose versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. If Ambrose got disqualified, he loses the title. This match was really good. The crowd was, there was a lot of Ambrose fans, a lot of Miz fans. I'm a fan of both guys, so I really didn't care who won, even though I picked Miz. One problem, the two brawl, there was a lot of brawling. Miz tried to get Dean to get himself disqualified by slapping him. I didn't really like the officiating this match for the ending, and also he was pulling Dean off of Miz instead of counting most of the time. There was a point in the match where Dean tweaked his knee, and Miz then put him in a figure 4, but Dean got to the ropes. Miz started doing the Daniel Bryan yes kicks, the kicks in the corner and the regular kicks. Then Miz tweaked his knee and Ambrose put him in the figure 4, but Miz got to the ropes. Then came to the point where the spot I completely called. Maurice got on the apron. Miz got his wife to slap him, like I said would happen. But instead of disqualifying Ambrose, he just threw Maurice out of the ring. I called that spot would happen. Watch prediction video, I called it. Then Miz threw Dean into the ref. Now this part didn't make any sense. The ref looked at Dean like you attacked me and was about to go over to the timekeeper's area to ring the bell, which never happens. And like he was gonna disqualify Ambrose, but Miz snuck up behind him and hit the skull-crushing finale. And the ref counted to 3. That ending kind of seemed a little weird because it looked like the ref was going to disqualify Ambrose anyway. But Miz hit the skull-crushing finale. Another problem was I was with my younger brother's little friend, with Kyrie's friend during that show, because Kyrie wasn't with me. And this guy looked completely like he was about to cry when Ambrose lost. I called Miz winning, me and Kyrie both. And I really didn't have a problem with Miz winning. It was a really good match. I just feel like the ending was kind of odd. But Miz and Ambrose work well with each other. My problem with this match is I think that Extreme Rules, a match where it can end in disqualification, is kind of stupid. But it was a good match overall. I'll give Miz and Ambrose a B. Next up was Sasha Banks and Rich Swann versus Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I kind of missed the beginning of this match because I had to go to the bathroom. And since this was the only match in the main card I didn't care for at all, I used the first probably 3 minutes to use the bathroom. But Rich Swann got a big ovation because he's from Baltimore, and I don't think most of the crowd knew that besides me, which is why I have a soft spot for him because he's from the same town I'm from. But I did come toward the end of the match, where Swann hit a seriously good spinning heel kick on Noam Dar. But Alicia Fox and Sasha got into a little brawl. Then after that, Sasha was going to do the double knee strike out of the ring on Fox, but Dar jumped away and she did it on Noam Dar. After that, Rich Swann hit a Phoenix Splash to win the match, and then Sasha and Rich Swann began to dance after the match. The match was really uneventful, but nothing. It wasn't bad either. In most matches that are uneventful or bad, I'll give it a C because from what I saw, it wasn't bad. So I'll give Rich Swann and Sasha Banks versus Noam Dar and Alicia Fox a C. Now we after that, Elias Sampson came out and had a concert that no one really cared. He dissed Baltimore, which got boos, but once again no one cared. But and I'm not even gonna grade that segment because I don't grade small segments like that. Now we get on to Alexa Bliss versus Bayley in a kendo stick on a pole match. I don't like to use the term buried in videos because I don't want to be like one of those IWC marks I always ran against. But Bayley is buried. This match was terrible. First off, Bayley came out and got booed. Bayley got booed coming out, which is shocking because you don't usually see Bayley get booed. I mean, she didn't get booed from me, but she got booed by a majority of the crowd. I can run this whole match how it was short, but let's just go through the list of things that happened. First off, the match starts off with Alexa just inviting Bayley to climb and grab the kendo stick, and Bayley actually tried to do it, and Alexa attacked her for it. After that, Bayley and Alexa both fought for the kendo stick, and they both kind of pulled it down and fell out of the ring. They raced for the kendo stick. Bayley grabbed it, chased Alexa around the ring. She had Alexa cornered, basically. Instead of swinging at her, she didn't do anything, and Alexa speared her. After that, Alexa beat the crap out of Bayley with the kendo stick. Bayley hit her Bayley in the belly. She still couldn't hit her with the kendo stick. Alexa beat her some more with it. Alexa DDT'd her, and Alexa won the match. You know, I got no problem with it. I hate it. No, I'm going to be blunt. I downright hated how they booked Bayley in this match. First off, I have no problem with the angle of can Bayley get extreme? Because that angle could have worked. First off, when she first could have hit Alexa with the kendo stick on Raw, she didn't have to hit her. She should have swung at her. Like I said before. Last night, there was no excuse for that. They made Bayley look completely stupid. And I understand somebody say, well, it's just being an underdog. There's a difference between being an underdog and looking incompetent. Here's what I want you to do. You can tell the difference. Go watch Bayley versus Sasha Banks in NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. And then watch Bayley versus Alexa Bliss last night. You'll see the difference between an underdog and someone who looks incompetent. That's the difference right there. That's the difference right there. Oh, Twitter. Let me just turn this on vibrate. That's the problem right there. This is character assassination, if you ask me. WWE doesn't know what to do with Bayley. And as someone who saw her grow in NXT, this does, anger me because I've seen how she can be booked. But WWE doesn't know what to do with her. And I haven't seen character assassination this bad since Zack Ryder. And I think Bayley's more valuable than he is. And I said that, and I don't have any regrets in saying it. But they made her look stupid last night. And this entire feud. This is your life segment. And then that last night. I don't usually say this about people I like. I don't. But I think it'd be best if Bayley went back to NXT. For one, working on my skills a little bit more. And maybe, I don't know, get a new gimmick. Because she's not getting over the main roster. And I don't know who to blame. Her, the writing staff, a little bit of both. But last night, I'm pretty sure the final nail in the coffin of Bayley on the main roster. Because there were times where I thought, oh man, this isn't going to work. This isn't good. Then not too bad. This isn't good, not too bad. They gave her the title too soon and too early. Obviously, doesn't know how she should have been booked. I mean, the way she was booked in NXT, and I hate, using NXT in arguments like this because I understand that what gets you over on NXT might not get you over the main roster. But they didn't rush her to win a title. They built it up for nearly almost 2 years? That's how you do it. Yeah, the match fails. There was nothing even good about. That was nothing good about this match. I got, and I hate doing it because I love both Alexa and Bailey so much, but I gotta give this match a D. It was such a bad match. It was in. Let me say something from in ring perspective. It wasn't terrible, but from a storytelling and character study, it was atrocious. And I'm giving Bailey and Alexa a D because of that. Oh, after that pile of garbage that was the candlestick and the pole match, bro. Um, we get easily a match that made up for it. The steel cage match between the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think these teams have the best chemistry in this between the two, but this match was very entertaining. I'm not a big fan of tag team steel cage matches because it can feel like a multi-man cage matches because unless it's Hell in a Cell, because I think that the cage kind of limits the wrestlers, but both teams did a good job. Now, the way this match was won, no pinfalls, no submissions. Both members of each team has to be on the floor at the same time. Keep that in mind. Of course, there was some. Of course, we as we the crowd, we chanted delete, and Brother Nero. We did. This both teams really beat each other pretty bad. But Jeff actually made it out first. But Shane Cesaro started beating down Matt. But here's the problem, and let me just bring up one point before I get to the ending of the match. Jeff hit Shane Cesaro with the door in his face. And Shane was starting to go out of the ring, out of the door. Matt stopped him. But here's the thing, if you're mad, why not just let Sheamus, push Sheamus out and walk out the door yourself? Because if Sheamus goes out but Cesaro doesn't and you go out first, you win. But here's what happened. Sheamus Cesaro started beating up Matt, and Sheamus hit a white noise from the top rope on Matt, which is a pretty cool spot. Jeff went to the top of the cage, hit a whisper in the wind off the cage with Cesaro and Sheamus, which is probably the spot of the night. But Jeff couldn't really continue. Sheamus Cesaro then climbed over the top of the cage as Matt tried to bring Jeff out because he cared more about his brother than winning the match. Matt made it out, but Jeff couldn't, and Sheamus Cesaro won the tag team titles. At first, I was confused because I thought, well, Jeff already made it out and came back in, so if Matt hits the floor, doesn't mean it's over. But then I remember both teams had to be on the floor at the same time, which cost them. And I actually I called this spot too. I said Jeff would do something out the cage that would cause the Hardys to win, and I knew it. Maybe this will help make this match will break the Hardy Boys, if you know what I mean. But because WWE doesn't have the rights to do that gimmick, I doubt it will. This is actually a fun match to watch. Like I said, another spot I really like was when Sheamus bro kicked Jeff through the door. That was cool. Also the way Cesaro, at one point, Jeff was dangling off the cage. Cesaro was holding him just like that. I like that. The match had a lot of cool spots and moments. And like I said, the teams don't have the best chemistry. I do like the story of the Hardy Boys fighting for each other at all costs. But I feel at times like a cage match stipulation like this can hurt the climax, like a feud in the match. Still a good match though. I just don't really like a race to leave a structured match in terms of instead of just beating each other down to a pinfall. But that's just nitpicking. I thought this match was really good, and I gave it a B. Next up was one of the, honestly, matches of the night. Austin Aries versus Neville submission match. Now, I was looking for this match because of who's in it, but I've never been the biggest fan of submission matches. I've never had. And first, let me just say that there were people in the audience, because I was there, who completely angered me. Because I'm sitting there watching the match, and I see something come down, and I knew it was a beach ball immediately. That means I was legit angry about that. Because anyone knows me, I hate when fans bring beach balls to wrestling. You came here to watch wrestling, not play with a beach ball. Why are you doing it? And then the crowd wants to get mad at the security guards for taking the beach ball away. And we started a "We Want Beach Ball" chant. Me, I countered that with "No, we don't," because I don't want the beach ball, and I thought it was disrespectful, and I hate that. And on behalf of most of the crowd, I want to apologize for the stupidity of bringing a beach ball to a wrestling event. But other than that, this match was really, other than the crowd, this match was really good. And the crowd didn't hijack the match, thank goodness, as much as I thought they would when the beach ball came out. Aries dominated Neville for most of the match. He tried to put Neville away with the last chancery, but Neville stopped it. Throughout, Aries tweaked his knee a little bit, and Neville went after his knee because of it. He also focused on the shoulder a lot too. Both guys they traded submission holds for a while, but no one tapped. Aries then locked in the last chancery, but Neville got to the ring and went under the ropes. But Neville Aries locked in on the outside. Neville tapped, but that didn't count because it was outside of the ring. Then one thing that didn't make sense was why was the referee counting for a count out? I thought there were no counts in a submission match. Neville, Austin Aries didn't try to go for a suicide dive, but Neville moved out the way, and Aries came straight down on the floor. After that, Neville hit a really like gruesome looking red arrow to Aries' back and put him in the rings of Saturn, and Aries tapped out. And Neville retained the cruiserweight title, and I really thought Aries was going to win. But that was a really good match, despite the crowd being stupid. This was everything you could want in a cruiserweight match. It was intense. It was high flying. It was good storytelling. But here's the problem. Like I said, but there's only two problems I have with this match. One, why did the referee try to count out, end the match in a count out when there are no count outs, and threaten to disqualify with submissions when they got to the ropes? That didn't make any sense. Also, with Neville beating Austin Aries, where does Austin Aries go from here? And who will challenge Neville now? He's beating everyone in the cruiserweight division. And Austin Aries really that only star who I think could compete with Neville in the cruiserweight division, but he didn't win. So where did they go from here? But overall, this was actually a really good match, and I gave it a B+. Only thing that's holding it back was, and it's mainly because I was there. I don't know how it came off on television. Was the crowd? I hate failing matches or giving it less than that because of the crowd. But just like at SummerSlam with the Universal title match, crowds ruin matches. And being there, I was not happy. I tweeted about it too in the group tweet. Next up was the main event, the Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way match to decide the No One Can Handle Universal Championship. This match was really good. It wasn't as chaotic as I thought, but it was still a really good match. First off, everyone started fighting. Balor brought with Wyatt, and Joe and Rollins fought. And Reigns just stood in the center of the ring, waiting for someone to come to him. I can talk about so much happened in this match. Wyatt and Joe teamed up and took everyone out with the steel steps. Balor, Seth was everyone looked strong in this match. Balor came off good. Rollins came off like a gutsy hero. Wyatt and Joe teamed up, and Reigns did good too. If anyone's gonna try to hate on Roman Reigns, Reigns did good too. Like that, Wyatt and Joe teamed up for a while and blasted everyone with chairs and things like that. But one point in the match, Seth went for a suicide dive on Wyatt, and he pulled Joe into his way. And Joe and Wyatt ended up fighting because of that in the ring. Balor came back and beat him down both with chairs. And then came, honestly, the two best spots in the match. Joe and Balor were fighting on the outside. Joe locked in a coquina clutch on the outside of the ring. Reigns came in, speared Joe and Balor through the barricade. That was awesome. And then Bray Wyatt was laid on the announce table, and Seth Rollins did a frog splash through the announce table. Then Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins fought for a while, with the crowd pretty much 100% behind Rollins, minus the people I was around. um, what happened at that? They both beat him down, and Balor got back in the ring, and so did Bray Wyatt. Wyatt hit Seth Rollins' sister Abigail. I think then that Reigns hit Wyatt with the Superman punch, and then hit Balor with the Superman punch, but Balor reversed it and got and hit and he reversed it to a sling, and when Reigns went for a spear, Balor went for a sling blade, reversing to a sling blade, then drop kick into the corner, then hit the coup de grace. And it looked like Balor was gonna win, but Joe came up behind him and choked him out with the coquina clutch, and due to referee stoppage because Balor tapped out, Samoa Joe won the match. I'll be honest, I was shocked Joe won, and this is a good shot because I love Samoa Joe, and I want to see Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar. If Brock actually cares, what I was tweeting about right now, so my phone kept going off. If Brock cares, and it just went off again, this match will be great because it could be a slugfest because both men are probably legit kill you. I was counting down. This is just a personal gripe, and I'm not going to what's I'm looking for deduct any point from the match. I was disappointed Finn didn't wear the demon outfit because I was the demon makeup and things like that because I was there and I wanted to see that. But that's just me. Overall, I'm gonna give that. It was high octane. It was wild. And WWE handled this match perfectly. Everyone looked good. Even Bray Wyatt. I was surprised Bray Wyatt didn't get pinned or wasn't the one to submit. It was actually Finn Balor, who actually picked to win this match. Everyone looked like a beast. Everyone looked good. I'll give the match an A-. I thought it was a really fun match and the crowd loved it. So what are my final thoughts for Extreme Rules? And as usual, let me go through every match and tell you. I gave Ambrose and Miz a B. The mixed tag team match a C. Bayley and Alexa Bliss a D. The steel cage match a B. The cruiserweight title match a B plus, and Extreme Rules Fatal 5-way match A-. I'm gonna give this, and with that, I'll give this match a B-. I mean, this whole show a B-. And the only reason it's not going up to a B is because of Bayley and Alexa Bliss. That one match, which was what should have been two women beating the crap out of each other with kendo sticks, turned into a terrible match, and that really hurt this event for me. But because I was there, I know some might not like the show, but because I was there, I enjoyed it more than some. I will be on Steve Wrestling Ramble podcast this Thursday at 8 o'clock to talk about this show. And I'll probably rant on a Bayley Alexa Bliss match even more than I already did in this video. But until next time on this channel, I'm Kyra Chase. I'll see you guys later.